The classroom felt colder than usual. It's not because of the weather, but because Mia's desk was empty. Eli sat quietly in his seat, staring at the spot where Mia used to sit every day. Her books were gone. Her cheerful voice, always the first to say good morning, was missing. Her laugh, which made even boring science lessons fun, wasn't there anymore. She had moved away last week. Her family had to leave Earth Colony 6 after her father got a new job on another planet. Eli knew it was far on the edge of the Helios. Sector too far to visit, too far to call often, too far to feel close. At first, Eli didn't want to believe she was gone. He thought maybe she would walk back in, smiling like she always did. But the days passed, and the empty desk stayed empty. During lunch, Eli sat alone under the solar tree where they used to eat. He remembered how Mia always brought extra food just in case he forgot his lunch. She would tease him, saying one day, "I'll just let you starve, Eli," but she never did. He missed her stories about space bugs she'd seen in books, the way she painted little stars on her notebook, and how she believed that humans were meant for more than just surviving. They were meant to shine. Eli tried to focus on his studies, but his mind kept drifting. He wanted to talk to Mia. He wanted to tell her that things weren't the same without her. But how? They hadn't exchanged IDs, and even if they did, interplanetary messages. Cost credits he didn't have. That night, Eli sat on the roof of his family's small house. The sky above was clear, and he could see the stars. Somewhere out there, Mia was looking at a different sky. He wondered if she missed him too. Eli sighed. "I should have told her goodbye properly," he whispered. "Should have said I'd miss her." His mother came up and sat beside him. "Thinking about your friend?" Eli nodded. She said gently, "Sometimes the people we care about move far away, but that doesn't mean the connection disappears." "I want to talk to her," Eli said. "I just don't know how." His mother thought for a moment. "Why not write her a letter? Even if you can't send it now, maybe someday you will." Eli looked at her. A letter. It sounded simple, but it also sounded like hope. The next day, he took out his old notebook and began writing. "Dear Mia," he wrote, "I miss you. School is not the same without you. Solar Tree feels empty. And no one laughs at Mr. Halden's bad jokes like you did. I hope your new planet is nice. I hope you found a new friend. I hope you still remember me." He stopped and stared at the page. Should he keep going? Yes. He wasn't done. "Sometimes I wonder if humans are really as strong as you said we were. You always believed we could do anything," said Eli. "We're from Earth. We survived ice ages, space travel, and endless homework. I didn't believe you then. But I think I do now, because even though I feel sad, I'm going to keep writing you, because maybe someday this letter will reach you." He closed the notebook. It wasn't perfect. It was honest. It was human. Weeks passed. Eli kept writing. More letters, more thoughts. Some happy, some lonely. He didn't stop, even though there was no address to send them to. Then one morning, a message appeared on the school's bulletin board. "To Eli, from Mia. I found your letters. Your teacher scanned them and sent them to my new school. You for not forgetting me? I miss you too. P.S. You were right. Homework is still terrible. But I'm trying to shine here too." Eli blinked. Then he smiled. A full, bright smile. The sky outside still looked the same. But now it felt closer to Mia. She was still far away. But she had reached back. And Eli knew humanity didn't give up on the people they cared about. They found ways. They always had. Even if it started with just a letter, the hallway felt too quiet without Lena's voice. Jonas walked slowly, holding his datapad close to his chest. The lights above flickered gently, and the smooth floor echoed every step. It was the same school, station he had known for years. But something was different. Now, someone was missing. Lena had been his best friend since they were little. They built robot models together in class. They shared dreams about exploring the stars and finding new life. Lena always believed humans had a special purpose in the galaxy, not to conquer, but to connect. She made Jonas believe that too. But now, she was gone. Her family had moved to the Arcturus Ring after a trade mission opened new colonies there. The goodbye had been quick. One last hug. One last promise. I'll message you as soon as I land. That was 3 months ago. Jonas had sent 3 messages already. No replies. Maybe her station didn't have a connection yet. Maybe she was busy settling in, maybe. She didn't care anymore. He didn't want to think that. During lunch, Jonas sat at their usual spot near the greenhouse window. The plants still glowed with soft blue light. But without Lena's jokes, the air felt heavy. He looked at her empty. Seaton whispered, "Are you still thinking about me? Or have you already moved on?" The next day, Jonas went to robotics class, where they used to build together. He sat at their shared table, now only half filled with tools. The robot they had started, small, boxy, blinking light, still sat on the shelf, half finished. Silent, their last project. Left behind, Jonas touched its metal side. "And we're going to give it a name," he said quietly. That evening, Jonas walked alone through the ship's garden corridor. Stars peeked through the long windows. The view used to excite him. Now, it felt like a reminder of how far away Lena was. He missed her energy, her questions, her laugh. He missed having someone who believed in him. As he turned to go back, he passed the message terminal in the common room. A group of kids were there, sending videos and games to cousins on Mars. Jonas paused. He still had no reply from Lena, but maybe he was asking for the wrong thing. He didn't just want a message. He wanted to feel connected again. He wanted to show her that even though she left, he was still here, still building, still dreaming. He had an idea. The next day, Jonas returned to robotics class early. He looked at the half-built robot and smiled. "Okay, buddy," he whispered. "Time to finish what we started." He worked every day after school. He added the final arm. He repaired the sound chip. He gave it a new energy core. And finally, he painted a name on its front in small, neat letters. LNX1. Short for Lena Nexus, his link to her. The robot chirped to life. Its little eyes blinked. It turned its head and made a soft beep, like it was saying hello. Jonas grinned. He connected the robot to the school's long-range display system. Then he recorded a short message. "Hi, Lena. I don't know if this will reach you, but I wanted to show you something. I finished our robot. I named it LNX1. He says hi too. Things aren't the same without you, but I'm still building. I'm still dreaming like we promised." He added a clip of the robot waving and a short message in code, one only Lena would understand. Then he sent it out into space. Into the long silence. Days passed, then a week. Jonas kept coming to robotics. He started another project. He helped younger students with their builds. Wasn't alone anymore, not completely. But still, he waited. One afternoon, as he was packing up, the classroom terminal pinged. "Incoming message. Arcturus Ring Colony Station 3. His heart skipped. He rushed over and opened the file. A video started. Lena's face appeared, a little older. Her hair tied up, stars behind her. She smiled wide. "Jonas, I got your message. I cried when I saw LNX1. He's perfect. I miss you so much. Things here are hard, so much dust, and no good tech teams yet, but I'm teaching a few kids about robots, just like you. I told them about you. They want to meet you someday." She laughed, then added, "Keep building, keep dreaming. I am too. We'll make our own path back to each other, just like we always planned." Jonas watched it twice, and again he didn't. Need anything more? Because hope had returned, and with it, humanity's quiet power, the strength to hold on, to build, to believe, even when galaxies stretched between them. Kira sat on the rooftop of her home, far below the stars. The air was cool, and the wind carried the scent of metal and dust from the underground factories. Earth had changed. It was rising again, stronger, smarter, quieter. But something in her heart still felt broken. She held a small music player in her hands. It was old, scratched, and half-rusted, but it still worked. The songs inside reminded her of Zane. They used to listen together, sharing a single pair of earphones, laughing at the strange lyrics, humming melodies, while watching ships rise into the sky. He had always wanted to be a pilot, and when the chance came to train on Mars for the fleet, he took it. "I'll come back," Zane had said. "When I do, we'll go to the stars together." That was 2 years ago. At first, he sent messages every few days, short videos, a joke, of the red dust on his boots. But then they stopped. No explanation. No goodbye. Now, silence. Kira had tried not to think about it, but she couldn't help it. Zane wasn't just her best friend. He was her heart, her courage, her hope, but he was gone, and she didn't know if she would ever see him again. She pressed. Play the old song began one they both loved, slow, soft melody. The same one they had danced to in the moonlight of Earth's last festival before he left. Tears filled her eyes. He missed his voice, his energy, the way he made her feel like she mattered. She wanted to send a message. But what could she say? If he had changed? What if he didn't feel the same anymore? Still, she couldn't let go. Not completely. That week, Kira started working late in the signal lab. She was a technician now, helping to align satellite channels and check deep space frequencies. It wasn't exciting, but it gave her one gift: time near the big array, the same system that sometimes picked up messages from Mars. Late one night, she stayed after hours. The room was quiet, filled only with the gentle buzz of machines. It adjusted one of the receivers, her heart racing. Then something unexpected happened. A low ping. A signal blinked. Not from Mars exactly, but from a relay station near it, in the encryption tag, Earthfleet Cadet level. She opened the log. "This is Cadet Zane Rial, Mars Training Wing, Red Group. Running daily log. Earth skies still feel like home, even when you're far away." Her breath caught. It was Zane. The file was dated only a week ago. It wasn't meant for her. It was a practice log. But somehow, the signal had bounced off a test satellite and reached Earth. He was still out there. She copied the message to her private folder. Then she did something bold. She recorded a reply. "Zane, you probably won't get this, but I found your log. I miss you. Earth has changed, and so have I, but I still think about the song and the stars. I hope you haven't forgotten, 'cause I haven't." She uploaded it into the same relay channel, carefully timed for when the Mars station passed near the array. Then she waited. Every night she checked the logs. Days passed. Then, finally. One night, new signal received. Private encryption detected. She opened it. Zane's face appeared. A little older, a little tired, but still him. "Kira, I don't know how you found my log, but I'm so glad you did. I thought I lost you. Stopped messaging because I didn't think I deserved to come back. I messed up. But not a day passed where I didn't think of you. That song? I still listen to it before every flight. You're my anchor. Always." Kira smiled through her tears. She didn't feel lost anymore. They were still far apart. But the connection was back. Real, strong. Earth was building ships, fleets, and hope, and even stronger than the ships was the human heart. A heart that remembers, reaches and rises. Always. Ellis stared at the empty chair beside him in the mess hall. Around him, people laughed and shared stories of engine repairs and fleet training. But he sat in silence, pushing his food around the tray. His appetite was gone. The seat had once belonged to Finn. They were both trainees in Earth's hidden war fleet. Working deep inside a secret station near Saturn, they had arrived together, trained together, and built dreams side by side. Finn always had that wild smile and strange ideas. He talked about redesigning warships into explorers, about peace through strength, about humans showing the galaxy something better. They weren't just friends, they were like brothers. But then Finn got promoted, chosen for a solo assignment to a forward-listening post near Neptune. It was a high honor, but it also meant total silence. No messages, no visits, not even a photo. Ellis didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And now, 2 months later, the silence was eating him from the inside. He missed the dumb jokes, the quiet late-night talks, and the feeling of knowing someone understood him. Ellis had always been quiet and thoughtful. Finn was loud, full of life. Together, they made each other better now. Ellis felt like half of himself was missing. After dinner, he walked to the observation dome. Saturn's rings shimmered across the glass, beautiful and endless. The stars blinked quietly, as if holding secrets he couldn't reach. He pulled out his personal datapad. Still no message. He had tried sending a small ping weeks ago, coded in old game symbols only Finn would recognize. Nothing came back. Maybe Finn never saw it. Maybe he didn't reply. That thought hurt. Ellis sat for hours, lost in memories. The time Finn helped him fix a broken thruster unit. The night they talked about what they'd do if Earth ever returned to the stars openly. The promise they made to stick together, no matter where they were sent. Guess you broke the promise. First, Ellis whispered. He looked down at the floor, shoulders heavy, but then his datapad beeped, anew. Signal had arrived, unofficial, encrypted in the same old game symbols Ellis once used. His heart raced. He tapped the screen. A shaky video appeared. Finn's face was there, dust on his uniform, a few bruises on his cheek, but smiling. Ellis, I saw your ping last week. It took me forever to bounce back a signal through all the interference here. You wouldn't believe what's out here strange. Readings, old wreckage, even a human-made beacon from over 200 years ago. I wish you were here, man. I really do. The video paused, then started again. I miss you. I think about our talks all the time. When I'm staring at nothing but stars, I imagine what you'd say. It's probably something smart and calm while I panic. He chuckled, then grew serious. We're not alone anymore, Ellis. Earth is ready. I feel it. We just need to hold on hand when the fleet moves. I want you at my side again, like always. The video ended. Ellis didn't even realize he was crying. He wiped his face and laughed. Quietly, he opened a reply window. Finn, you idiot. I've been waiting. I never stopped. You better come back soon because I've been saving your seat. And guess what? I've been working on a design to turn war cruisers into explorers. Thought you'd like that? He paused, then typed one last line. We're still humanity, still dreaming, still moving forward. Together. He hit send. Outside, Saturn spun silently, but inside, Ellis's heart felt full. The stars were far. The war fleet was hidden, but friendship panned. The human spirit was reaching through the darkness. Still alive, still strong, still hopeful. Talia sat at the control panel of the quiet monitoring station, far from Earth. Her small room looked out over the ice fields of Pluto, where nothing moved and no one visited. This was her post, listening for signals, watching the edge of the system, and staying invisible to the rest of the galaxy. She had wanted this job once. She had wanted to be part of Earth's comeback, to help protect their secret. But now, with only silence and stars around her, she felt more alone than ever. It had been a year since she last saw her sister, Rhea. They had grown up together on Earth's surface, in a city half buried under sand and metal. Rhea was older, braver, and always full of energy. Talia had followed her everywhere, into study labs, into forbidden tunnels, even into the Fleet Academy. But Rhea got accepted into the long-range exploration fleet. She was sent beyond Neptune, part of a secret team testing a new hyperspace drive. It was the mission of a lifetime. And when she left, she hugged Talia tightly and said, "Keep your ears open. I'll find a way to say hello." Talia had smiled. But after Rhea left, no signal ever came. Months passed, then more. Talia sent 3 quiet messages through the encoded FleetNet, each one short and full of care. She never got a reply. Now, every day she listened. Not just because it was her job, but because deep in her heart, she still hoped. She missed Rhea's jokes, her loud footsteps, her voice that could fill a room. She missed the warmth of knowing someone always had her back, and out here alone. On Pluto, she had nothing but cold and silence. One morning, while scanning the outer bands of space, her console flickered. A brief wave signal. Too weak to identify, she leaned forward. The signal was encrypted in a strange, way-old Earth pattern. One used in training codes, her fingers shook. She worked for hours, breaking it down. And finally, a small message appeared on the screen. Still flying? Still smiling? Don't forget me, Talia gasped. It was her. Had to be. Rhea had found a way to send something, just one short burst. Maybe all she could manage through hyperspace. Talia read it over and over. Just a few words, but enough to make her cry, for the first time in months. The emptiness around her felt smaller. She wiped her tears and sent a reply. Rhea, I never forgot you. I listen every day. You're not alone. Earth is rising. Here, I'm always here. She added a small song clip, their favorite lullaby from childhood, and attached it to the transmission. Then she sent it, bouncing it through every quiet satellite she could reach, hoping one of them would catch it. That night, she stepped outside the base in her insulated suit. The sky above was full of stars, clear and sharp. Pluto spun slowly beneath her feet. She looked up, smiled, and whispered, "Keep flying, Rhea." The next day, no new message came. Nor the day after that, but Talia was no longer crushed by the silence. She had heard something. Rhea was alive, still strong, still human, and that meant there was still hope. The next week, Talia began building a stronger signal booster, working late into the night. If her sister ever sent another message, she'd be ready. She also started keeping her own voice logs, sharing stories, updates, jokes, just in case Rhea was out there, listening. Today I fixed the coolant leak again. You'd laugh at how bad it smelled. And I saw Jupiter on the edge of the sky. It looked like an orange marble. Each night, she recorded another. She was alone, but she didn't feel forgotten anymore. And neither was Earth. Humanity was still out there, still fighting to be heard, to be seen. Even from the farthest cold corners of the solar system, the human heart still beat with warmth. Still reaching, still hoping. Noah stared out the window of the shipyard dormitory, watching as the massive engines of Earth's secret fleet glowed blue in the distance. Ships were being prepared to launch. Missions were being planned. Humans were rising again. But in his chest, there was only silence. He missed Ava. She had been his closest friend since childhood. They studied together at the academy, side by side, late nights, shared laughs, and dreams of flying together through the stars. They used to talk about joining the fleet as a team. You and me, Noah, she'd say with a smile. Side by side, always. But that promise had been broken. Out of cruelty, but because she had been chosen for a faster path. She was smart, confident, and brave. A top pilot. When a mission to test Earth's first new hyperspace route came up, she was one of the few picked. It was a one-way trip till the return route was fully mapped. I said it might take years. On her last day, she hugged him tight. "I'll find a way to reach you," she whispered. Then she was gone. Noah stayed behind, working on ship systems and navigation panels. He did his job well. But something inside him never fully lit back up. He sent her messages, simple ones, updates, poems, even a video of the cat they used to feed near the training docks. No replies. He knew she might not be able to answer. He told himself that every day. Still, the silence hurt. Every moment she was away felt like part of him had drifted into space and never come back. One day, while testing a fleet-wide communications array, Noah was given access to deep space message records. He wasn't supposed to read personal logs, but something caught his eye. One file had a strange signature, marked in the code style Ava had once used in her class notes. He paused, then opened it. It was a short message, scrambled and badly damaged, double quotes. Still. Thinking of ... can't reply. Hope you're okay ... Always with you. His breath caught. It was Ava. She had sent something maybe weeks ago, maybe months, but it had been lost in the data noise. Noah stared at the screen, heart racing. She hadn't forgotten him. She was still out there, still trying. He copied the damaged message and worked through the night to clean the signal. He saved every clear word, every fragment of her voice. He listened to the broken audio, imagining her face, her smile. The next day, he used his access to create a secure ping through the same path the message came from. Then he recorded his reply, Ava. I got your message. It was broken, but I heard you. I never stopped thinking about you. I'm still working, still building ships for when you come back. You're not alone. I'm here. Earth is still here. We're waiting. He added a photo of the cat, now older, still grumpy on the sound of their favorite song, one they used to hum while fixing old engines. Then he sent it. Weeks passed. He checked every day. Nothing came. But he didn't feel sad anymore. He felt strong, reconnected. Even a single broken message had been enough to spark the flame of hope again. Noah began teaching younger trainees. He built a stronger booster on his own time. And at night, he returned to that window watching the stars, whispering her name. And waiting for the day she'd return, Earth had stayed quiet for a long time, forgotten by many in the galaxy. But now, the signals were coming back, so were the people, and the love they left behind. Still alive, still burning, still human. Lena sat near the edge of the satellite array tower, her legs swinging gently above the snowy cliffs of Earth's polar outpost. The sky above her was clear and full of stars, but she didn't feel wonder anymore. Only quiet sadness. It had been a long time since she heard from Jordan. They used to talk every day during training, laughing over meal rations, sneaking into the upper dome to watch the stars, and sharing silly dreams about building their own ship one day. Jordan was more than a friend. He was the one person who made Lena feel seen, safe. But then, he was sent to the outer fleet to a research station far beyond the asteroid belt. A higher-risk mission, no messages allowed for security. Reasons. The goodbye had been fast and quiet. I'll be back before you know it, he had said, touching her cheek. That was nearly a year ago. At first, Lena felt strong. She believed in the mission. She kept working in Earth's communication division, monitoring secret signals and helping direct messages between starships. But now, every shift felt heavier. And then fall again, when it wasn't him. She had written over 20 messages in her personal journal. Not one of them sent. She didn't even know where he was anymore. The fleet kept mission locations hidden. She respected that, but it made her feel like she had lost him to the stars. Still, she waited. And wondered, one evening, while checking the long-range logs, she found something strange. A tiny ping, buried deep in static. It wasn't a message, not a full one. Just a code string. But it looked familiar. She stared at the numbers. It was the date of their first training assignment, something only she and Jordan would remember. The code ended with their shared phrase, "No stars too far." Her hands trembled. Was it him? Was he trying to reach her? She checked the source data. It was routed through 3 stations, bouncing across damaged relays. Someone had gone to a lot of trouble to send it, her eyes filled with tears. It had to be Jordan, but she couldn't reply directly, not. It's through normal channels, so she found another way. She pulled out the old drone they used during training, a small round bot named Dusty because it always gathered dust. She cleaned it up, rewired its signal module, and turned it into a custom messenger. She coded her own message just like his. Still waiting, still listening, you promised, still believe you. No stars too far. Then she attached a copy of an old video of them laughing on their first engine test, and a map with a small blinking star marked home. She uploaded the message into Dusty and launched it from the tower's private port using a stealth frequency. The drone would take time, but if Jordan saw the original ping, he might be watching for an answer. She sat by the window every night. After that, not expecting a miracle, just holding on to the feeling that she had tried. Then, one afternoon, the tower system alerted her to a private, incoming burst signal. She opened it with shaking fingers. The video was low quality, but it was him. Jordan's face appeared tired and a little older, but smiling. I knew you'd find a way, he said. I only had 30 seconds of access time, but I saw your message. I saw Dusty. You fixed him up better than I ever could. He looked into the camera. I think about you every day. When I'm cold, when it's dark, when I hear silence for hours, I imagine your voice, your laugh. You keep me strong, Lena. Earth keeps me strong. You remind me why we're out here. Then his smile grew soft. I'll be home soon. We're close to finishing the mission, and when I do, we're building that ship together, just like we promised. The video ended. Lena pressed her hand to her mouth, tears streaming down her cheeks. She had waited, she had hoped, and he had reached back from across the stars. Through silence and darkness, he had answered. That was humanity's power. They didn't give up. They didn't forget. They loved, they reached, they held on even when the galaxy thought they were gone. And that's why. Earth's light was rising again. Asterisk Jamie stood beside the viewing glass of Orbital Dock 12, watching a fleet ship rise into the stars. Its silver body shimmered in the sun's glow as it disappeared into the blackness. The others in the observation deck cheered quietly. It was a test launch, a success. But Jamie didn't feel like cheering, because Maya wasn't there to watch it with him. They had shared everything once: childhood lessons, small science projects, late-night talks under Earth's sky dome. Jamie remembered the way Maya dreamed out loud. She wanted to see every planet, visit every culture, and bring hope to places forgotten. Then one day she got the chance. She was selected to join the first Lyta deep-range diplomatic vessel from Earth's secret war fleet. But it wasn't a warship. It was a ship of peace, sent to distant systems to remind the galaxy that humanity wasn't just backbutt, that it still believed in unity. She left with only a whisper and a hug. I'll find a way to send you something. Even if it's just a whisper back, and then silence. Jamie had waited months. He checked cum logs, scanned fleet records, even tried tracing classified transmissions, but there was nothing. The First Light's route was sealed. For safety, he understood. But his heart still ached. He missed her, her voice, her wild ideas, her strength. Each evening, after his duties as a fleet mechanic, he returned to the quiet room he had filled with her old sketches. Spaceships shaped like butterflies, drawing of Earth hugging the moon. His plans for an art garden on Mars. He'd kept them. All. Then, one night, while repairing an old signal node near the base's far end, Jamie noticed something strange. A low-level encrypted packet repeating every 2.3 hours to week to register as official communication. He studied it closer. Inside was a shape, a flower. The same shape Maya used to draw when she was thinking deeply. 5 curved petals, always the same. His hands trembled. She was reaching out. It was no voice, no name, just a signal, hidden. Like a heartbeat beneath the noise. It was her. He didn't know where she was. He didn't know how strong the signal was or how long it had been bouncing through the stars, but he knew what he had to do. He returned to his workbench that night and began building a signal response. Not words, not orders, a sound. Sound? When they were kids, they had made a tune Maya on her old recorder, Jamie on a tin whistle. It's just a few notes. But it had become theirs. They called it the home song. Whenever they were apart, they'd play it to feel less alone. Jamie encoded that melody and attached it to the flower signal's frequency. He wrapped it in a code only Maya would understand, one they used in puzzles long ago. Then, gently, he launched the signal back into space and waited. Every day, he returned to his bench, and every night, he played the home song softly as he worked. People asked what the song was. He simply said, a message. 2 weeks later, a new signal arrived. It was quiet, gentle, almost like wind chimes through mist. Inside the data stream was an image, a new flower sketch. This one brighter, more detailed, and a voice. Jamie, ... I knew you'd find me. It was Maya. I'm in the Solari system. It's far edge of charted space. The First Light is safe. We're learning so much. The stars are more beautiful than I imagined, but I miss Earth. I miss you. Jamie covered his face and smiled through his tears. She hadn't forgotten. She had found a way back. That night, he recorded a reply. Maya, Earth's still spinning, the art's still hanging. And I'm still here, waiting. We're building ships faster than ever. One day I'll come find you, not just as a mechanic, but as someone who believes in you like you believed in me. He paused, then added softly, no stars too far. From that day forward, they shared notes in the quieter thoughts, music they couldn't touch, but their hearts reached farther than light could travel, because that's who humans are, even when lost, even when scattered. They reach, they rebuild. They whisper hope into the stars. And one day, the galaxy would know. The truth, humanity had never been gone. It had simply been waiting for the right time to shine again.